What up, guys? TTEMP from TTEMP Designs and Savage Graphics. And today I just want to show you guys some of the stuff I've made in the past, some of the stuff in my portfolio, and some of the stuff I've made for other people. Most of them are for myself, because I really didn't tell anybody I did graphics for a long time until I really got good at it. But here's the first background. It says AOL template because he made the boxes. Besides that, everything was made by me, including the text and all this stuff. All this was made by me. This was when I really started to get good at Photoshop. Something I was really proud of. All this was made from scratch. And just looking at it now, it's still a good background to me. Something I was very proud of when I made it. So let's switch to the next one. I'm sorry I couldn't create a video slideshow with Sony Vegas because my Sony Vegas won't open, and Windows Movie Maker has some really crappy quality, so I didn't want to use that. So I'm just keep using this. And sorry for the cold. I'm kind of sick. Can't really help it. So we're just gonna continue. This is one I made for Chris Smooth. He didn't ask for this one, but he's one of my favorite. Well, used to be. Not saying he's not anymore. I just don't watch a lot of commentaries anymore. But he used to be one of my favorite YouTube commentators that I used to watch a lot when I first started watching YouTube videos. So as you see, he has some schematics in the back, some borders, and all this was made from scratch. No pre-made stuff. I even made these. I opened the file in Photoshop, and then I made it 3D in Cinema 4D. Added some caps and stuff, made it look cool. Added his name, all his interface icons and stuff, and came out pretty cool. I really like these little things I made right here. You see them on a lot of people's background, but I haven't seen any as nice as those right there. So let's keep moving on. This is kind of like the one you saw in the first picture, but this is when I was in Classic, which is a trick shotting clan that I think he restarted, but I don't know. This is one I made a while back. It looks good in Photoshop and like this, but when you put it on the background, it doesn't really look that sweet. But it has a nice like movie theater feel that I like, so I put it in my portfolio. This was when I first started doing Cinema 4D text. It was actually a tutorial for this actual desktop wallpaper, but I still did switch it up with a little professional high quality stuff on the bottom. But it came out pretty nice. The next maybe 5 or 6 is pictures from a progression video I'm doing, so I just skip past those. This is a desktop background I remade. The original one was made by AOL Designs, who is now known as Clinique Designs. Real good graphic designer, pencil god, as you all know. But I didn't use any template or stuff from his desktop background, completely from scratch, and I think it came out pretty good. This is another desktop wallpaper I made. It looks alright, because most of my desktops look like this. I don't really know like what I want them to look like, and I don't like using renders a lot, because it seems like everybody is using them a lot now. So let's move on. This is a nice background I made. This is like my third partner background I made for myself. Of course, I'm not a partner, but hopefully one day I will be. I get a lot of subs and a lot of vids. As you can see, if I zoom in a little bit closer, you can see a lot of those borders that I add. Added a little dodge tool and blur tool to it. Pretty cool. Added this little side text. I didn't put it on this side because I didn't think the light was good on this side, if that makes any sense to you. Added a little bit of gloss with the harsh gradient because it gives it that like mesh feel, I think. And this nice text layer style, and of course the nice interfaces designed by TTEMP, and the nice back with a little bit of scan lines, and this kind of rain effect that actually came from a grunge material, believe it or not. And I thought that came out really good. It's a real clean look, and really like it. On to the next one, like Jay-Z would say. This is a nice one. It has some really bad gradient lines, but I still like the overall design. I added some blue interface, metal interfaces, not interfaces, but metal panels, if I should say. Some nice orbs. That's when I first started doing orbs with no tut. and this cartoony text that I made in Cinema 4D, and I think I switched the technique to pastel to make it look like that, a little cartoony feel, and some renders on the side, and another render at top, and a little flare, and a little design by TTEMP if I zoom in a little bit more, and that's pretty cool. On to the next one. This one was where I first started to discover my style a little bit. I made this about maybe a couple days ago, and I watched a lot of Strats and Maddie Day Cesar, I don't know. Say your last name so everybody can get it right and everybody will stop complaining about it. But I tried to emulate their style a little bit to the best of my abilities without any tutorials or any templates that they made. So this is all completely from scratch. I tried to make a sort of neon thing right here, like if you've seen like New York or anything in New York, the neon signs and posters, but it came out more looking like plaid, which I didn't want it to, but it did. Nice metal modules, metal vents, and some glass panels that I think look alright. The interface orbs, of course, with the social network icons and a little bit of smoke on the side. And if you can see, this says TTEMP in a pattern. You scoot up here, and I didn't finish that, but still think it looks nice. And you can see it kind of looks like what, if you know what I'm talking about, what I want it to look like, but you never know. To your opinion. This desktop wallpaper was inspired by Strat's speed art that he created. It was the Dead Ma 5. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's the speed art he made for that. And that's pretty much what I made from it, without tutorials or templates, of course, as usual. And I have it twice. This is actually my first desktop wallpaper that I can't talk today. Desktop wallpaper that I've made. Came out pretty nice. Excuse me, guys, these. Yeah, it's the first one I made. It came out pretty well. As you see, you have some nice bevels on the text, a little bit of lens flare, rendered clouds, and some nice lightning brushes. And there was a little bad line up here, but I didn't feel like fixing it, so I just left it. But overall, it looks pretty nice. I do have watercolor. I think it's in this portfolio, but not really sure. This was a nice one when found a nice graffiti text. I think the name of this is Watka, and I made a little interface box at the bottom with my passion through your design, which became my slogan for TTEMP designs. A nice paper effect brocade in the back, and a nice skin lines and concrete texture. So that looked pretty nice. This one is fairly recent. I was trying to create a movie poster fill. Came out nice, as you can see, but it seems like it's missing something. I want to include like a boat or something in the back just to give it a little depth, but I just ended up doing this. As you can see, a lot of clouds, a lot of texture on the text, my own lighting, which created the text in Cinema 4D, the fighting through the storm. Now that I remember, I actually created this one on 9/11, so that's why I put fighting through the storm on it, with some cloud brushes and some nice effects in the left corner, if you can see those. And I think it came out pretty nice. This is a while back when I first started doing backgrounds. No template, of course. These icons on the side were made by Maddie. Everybody knows who Maddie is. Shout out to him. I don't use these anymore, but at the time being, they're pretty cool. Some nice gloss and some nice brocade. This is a repeat of the background. I think I've copied like 4 times. This one's alright. It's pretty plain, but it still has a nice clean look to it. The diamond plate in the background, and a little lens flare, if you can see. And this actually isn't C4D text, it's actually Photoshop text. And it looks pretty nice. So let's just see how much time we have right here. 9 minutes, we got a couple minutes. Well, actually we have like 5 minutes, but whatever. I really like this one, because I didn't really know what I was going with when I made this one, but it really came out with a nice effect. I really like the bevel and emboss I put on it. But if you look at it, it has this like transformer feel. That's why I call it the Terminator. I don't know why I say transformer, but the text I made with my own like kit, which is pretty cool because I never made text like that before. And the social network icons with a render in the back. and a little bit of smoke at the end, which was actually a planet texture, but came out pretty nice. This is a background I had on for a really long time. It was a real quick. I think I have it in a speed art, but like I said before in my last video, or at the beginning of this video actually, my Sony Vegas is not working right now. Every time I click on it, it will not open, and so I'm gonna try to get that working. But if I can find a speed art for this, I'll upload it if I can still edit it. As you can see, it has a nice DeviantArt logo or character right there. Pretty cool. This font, if you want to look it up, it's called Basica. It's a real nice font. I think Critique Style or AOL Designs uses this font a lot. It has a nice texture on it and some nice cityscape or city lights in the back with the social network icons and a 3D logo in the middle. It looks alright because I got it off somebody's graffiti letters, because I just started doing graffiti and I'm not that great at it yet. I can draw, but I can't do graffiti all that well, but I'm getting better at it. You can see it has real nice. I'm really proud of the deviant part because I pen tooled it out, and I never thought it looked that good, but it looks pretty good, and some nice gloss. This was actually my first partner background avatar. The part of the background you'll see in a second, but this was just the avatar to that. This is the banner for it. Like I said, it was my first one. I was very proud of it. The font I got off one of i2 Robot's backgrounds, I think he said the font and I just tried it out. And here's my first partner background. And if you can tell, it came out pretty darn well, I think. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see it's some I don't know really what to call them. They're not flares, but they're wispy, I guess. A nice render in here that I got from Kilographics. Some nice bokeh, and if you zoom in a little bit closer, you'll see nice module effects. Of course, I always like this style. I just think it looks nice, and I made the bevel emboss to look like gold bricks, and the text to look like gold, which I think came out pretty well. Again, with my own light kit, which if you guys want it, I'll sell it if I want to, because I still want to stay original a little bit. So I'll sell like one of them, but I don't think I'll sell all of them. So this one was a remake of JSW's background he made for Zergriz. I used no template, of course, and it's just straight from scratch. Looks real nice, and you can tell if you look at the one Zergriz has on now, it's not the same one. You can tell the differences, like the schematics and the heartbeat was on the actual one, but it came out really nice. Has a really clean look. If I zoom in a little bit more, you can see the full detail. This was the hardest part, but the best looking part. I was creating a tutorial for this, but at the time I couldn't find my mic, and I couldn't get my mic to work on my computer, but I got it to work now. This is another desktop background I created with my logo that I created in Photoshop and imported it in Cinema 4D. It's really nice. It's just a nice grunge texture with some lightning strokes inside of it, and on the outside it was just one render with some color correction and I think a gradient map and some nice Cinema 4D text. This one, let me just check how much time I have left, because I might have to talk about this one for a little bit. Alright, I have about 2 minutes. This background I'm really proud of. Totally from scratch, no tutorial, well, one tutorial, no pre-made layers or anything that somebody else made. Everything created by me from scratch, based off Strat's background that he has on right now. Took about 5 to 7 hours. Has a really nice look to it. Like I said, 100% from scratch. Only one tutorial and no pre-made stuff. It came out really nice, and tell me what you guys think about this one, because I put a lot of time into this one, and I think it came out really, really nice. And of course, if you check out my Deviant, you will see all this stuff on here. Right here, I'm gonna go through this real quick because time's almost up. But this is one that I created. I think this is like my second desktop background. It has a candy bar feel, and I called it Gucci because it has like a Gucci print in the back with my TD logo. And like I said, it's the same style background that I like to create. This was a tutorial I was checking out from Clinique. It was a silver and metal texture. Came out pretty nice. I called it Tiger Cage or Jungle because it had a nice like orange color to it, and it reminded me of the jungle just because of the clouds in the back. And this was a tutorial, so I'm not going to show that one when I first started doing GFX. This was like the first nice background I've created when I first started getting used to Photoshop. So I'm going to just advance through these. Nice one, render, outer glow, and some metal texture. Of course, all these can be found on my Deviant. Southpaw desktop, because I wear Southpaw clothes a lot. And that's about it, guys. This one's nice too. Desktop background can be found on my Deviant. Banner, background in different colors. Kanye, where'd you go? I was a little mad at Kanye that day. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, rate, and subscribe. Check out my DeviantArt page. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm out.